Texas lost a towering political figure today. Jim Wright died this morning at the age of 92. He served Fort Worth in Congress for 34 years before becoming the first Speaker of the House to be driven out midterm. Fox 4's Richard Ray has more on his life and his legacy.
June 1989, the day Speaker of the House Jim Wright left Congress. One last dance with the Washington press corps.
You ought to treat guys this well when they come to Washington. Right? They'd always want to stay.
He wore a smile, but the pain he felt at leaving was evident in his voice.
This is a great place. It's the greatest place in creation. This is the people's house.
Wright's departure marked the end of more than 3 decades in Congress and signaled increasingly bitter partisan infighting that continues to this day.
Jim Wright was in service to his country for most of his adult life. He was born in 1922 in Fort Worth, went to school in both Fort Worth and in Dallas, later at the University of Texas in Austin.
Wright enlisted in the Army Air Force in 1941, winning the Distinguished Flying Cross as a bombardier during World War II. When President Kennedy made his fateful visit to Texas in 1963, Jim Wright was already a rising star in Congress, having previously served in the State House and as mayor of Weatherford. When he became Speaker of the House in 1987, Wright set out to make his position on a near par with then-President Ronald Reagan. He steamrolled Republicans in the House, then in the minority, and made even some in his own party uncomfortable with his tactics. It proved to be his downfall. Republican Newt Gingrich led the charge that made Wright a target of the House Ethics Committee, which implied that he'd used bulk purchases of a vanity book to earn excessive speaking fees. Historian John M. Barry authored a book on the subject, The Ambition and the Power.
He did bring himself down, but he did it by reaching for power, maybe overreaching for power.
Maybe I was too demanding. Maybe I was trying to do too much in too short a period of time. And there were a lot of people who resented it.
A year later, Wright admitted he was trying to turn back the Reagan Revolution.
There was too big a gap between the richest and the poorest in this country.
Jim Wright donated his papers to TCU and taught there after retirement, even after repeated bouts of cancer damaged his health, claiming part of his jawbone in 1999. In recent years, he wrote books and made public appearances in defense of the Wright Amendment, the bill he sponsored in 1979 that restricted flights in and out of Dallas Love Field. History, Jim Wright once said, changes its perspective on people. He was confident that the clouds that hung over his resignation would eventually blow away and reveal the length and breadth of his honorable service.
If not, so be it. I'm content to let history do its own thing.
Jim Wright is being praised tonight by members of both parties. Republican and current Speaker of the House John Boehner lauded Wright for his lifelong commitment to public service. Democrat and former Fort Worth Mayor Mike Moncrief said he leaves a big pair of boots that will never be filled. Steve?
All right. Thank you very much, Richard Ray. Thanks.